Hey everyone, Wiggles here. This is a quick video showing you how to play MapleStory on a controller. It's actually pretty easy to do, but it also can be pretty tricky, so I figured I'd make this video for you. Alright, let's get right into it. So I've tried this an insane amount of times through Steam. What has worked for me is going into the Nexon launcher and launching MapleStory this way. But that being said, there still is functionality for this in Steam. So if you were able to get this working, there might be more that you can do with it. For instance, when you go into MapleStory, go to controller on the right here, and then go to view controller settings. Then controller settings comes up, and then you can change this button layout by going to the community layouts and just finding tons here. So theoretically, since there's tons of other people making these, and there's multiple versions for a Switch controller or whatever controller you have, it should be working through this. However, in my case, it never has worked. So like I mentioned, getting the Nexon launcher and launching the game through this way is what made using controller work for me. First, I had to connect the controller to my computer, and then I had to launch MapleStory afterwards. If I had MapleStory up and then connected my controller, it won't register the controller. So you just pretty much have to restart MapleStory and then it should be working. You can connect them via Bluetooth. So on PC, you have this Bluetooth section. And if you don't have your controller added, all you have to do is just go add device and then go to Bluetooth. And whatever controller you're using, they always have this like connecting type button on the Switch. It's at the back here. It's right, this tiny little button here. You just hold that. Then you'll see this thing start moving and it's starting to connect. Same with on an Xbox controller. If you were to start the Xbox, you press this connect button and then you'll see this thing flashing and then it'll pop up here. So you can connect many different kinds of controllers for this. And once you connect it, you can even just test if it works by just moving it around in this menu. And you can see it's working. But now when I go to MapleStory, it's not working right away. So I just need to close it and restart. If you don't use Bluetooth controllers, you can also just plug in your controller as well. So the controller doesn't work when you first get in the game, but once you choose your character, then the controller should start to work. So now that I've chosen my character, I'm able to go in here and move around. I'm not able to use any of the buttons yet, but all you have to do to change that is go to the bottom cogwheel here in the settings, go to joypad settings, and you can just click default here. That'll change all your buttons, just mapped to the default option. And then as you start walking around, you'll notice that there's an attack button, there's a jump and all that. What you'll notice is when you go into your joypad settings, is that all these buttons on your controller are tied to buttons like attack, jump, pick up. But then you have all the hotkey settings for delete and page down, and all the different key bindings on the right side of the keyboard. So if you're using the secondary skills like I am, you have to start moving them over to these sections here so you're able to use them on your controller. So since you're not allowed to map all your skills, you're only able to map around 8 to 10 or something like that, you're pretty limited with all you can do in the game. So it seems like you can't do as much on a controller, but it still allows you to play the game in an entirely different way. And if you are finding the skills to be an issue, I highly recommend making these macros just so you can lump skills together. Just try to get the most out of your controller key bindings and the most out of your controller gameplay. And lastly, if you don't like the way that the default options work, you can always move these buttons around. I'm going to just change button 7 and button 1 just because I want my main attack to be A. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a like so YouTube knows it's a good video and it can recommend it to more people like yourself. And please subscribe to my channel to see more great MapleStory tutorials just like this. Thanks for watching this video, everyone. Have a great day. Cheers.